All right, everybody, welcome back. Great to see you here again. So this project today was something that caught me off guard. I was in Dollarama with my wife and she was picking up some art supplies, and I walked by this section and it had this birdhouse. And there's a lot of them. There's like 4 or 5 shelves of these birdhouses, different styles. But this one caught my eye and I don't know why, but I was like, I know I can do something with that. So I grabbed it, picked it up for, I think it was $4.50, brought it home, and here's what it looks like. So as you can see, there's a little bit of work that went into this, and it really transformed from just a simple birdhouse into this stone hut. You could call it a witch's hut. You could call it whatever you want. You could use it for gaming. You know, this is a very versatile piece, but this really turned out well, and it was a lot of fun to make. You know, there's a couple of 3D printed items here, but other than that, everything else was made from scratch. The foam was cut. You know, you have your straw, the base was all done. So this project really turned out well. I'm actually really happy with it. And it looks great for a dollar store piece. So guys, let's go to the video and I'll show you how I built this.
So what we're going to do with this birdhouse to start is we're going to remove the rope off the top, and then we're also going to remove the little dowel, the peg from the side of it, get rid of that. Then after that, use some tacky glue, and I'm going to just paint a little bit of glue around the wood, which actually this wood sucked up the moisture in this glue really quickly. So this tacky glue was even more tacky than normal. So anyway, just put a few bricks here. I'm going to do that to the whole middle section there of the birdhouse and get that all bricked out. So there you can see the final brick part of it. Looks really good, looks a little bit full of depth. So then what I did was I went on and I started on the shingles on the roof. Now these shingles that I originally cut up here out of foam were very small. These were way too small in my opinion. It would have taken me hours to put all these little shingles on this roof. So what I did was I cut some more up. They were longer, a little bit wider, and actually I think they look really good. So I'm glad I did that. It saved me a lot of time as well. So then moving on, I started using a little piece of XPS foam and started embossing it. This is going to be the door. So I did a whole bunch of embossing with the tweezers there, and then at the very end of it I just kind of ripped the bottom and the top because I wanted this door to look used. I wanted it to look really rustic. So that came out great. Then I cut the side of the bricks here because this is where the door is going to go under. So there's no door obviously in this birdhouse to begin with. So I made the door, pulled off those bricks that I glued down, and then just simply glued the door in, of course, after I painted it. And this here is just a very large straw. This was going to be the chimney. I didn't want to do anything other than have a straight piece of pipe for the stove pipe. That's all I wanted. I didn't want to go crooked or do any kind of interesting thing with it. I just wanted it to be straight. So after that, starting to paint. Simple gray paint for all the brick. You know, your basic paint, your basic gray, you know, nothing special about it. Just get some paint on there. Look good. And then moving on to the roof.
Hey everybody, if you're enjoying this video, please do me a favor. Hit the like and subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. Let's go back to the video.
So next I hit it with a dry brush. This is a very simple white. That's all they did with the whole project is white. I didn't do any other color, but I did do a first dry brush, and then I did the black wash after that, and then I did a dry brush again on top of that black wash. That's how I like to do it. That's how I build my my colors there, like that. So after that was done, after it was all dry brushed and ready to go, I started in with the pigment powders. And these pigment powders are awesome. These really work great. I used some on the door. Then I moved to the roof, added some red pigment powder to the roof. This looked really, really cool. And of course I didn't do, every last little bit of the area of the roof, just a little bit here and there just to give this some really interesting color and texture. And then moving on to the brick. The bricks are where, I used 3 or 4 different colors, and this really, really came to life. As you can see, the final product where all the bricks are done, they're pretty bright. I muted them down with some silver pigment powder, and they really, man, it really looked good. It really turned out great. So then just painting up the 3D printed items, the pumpkins and the crates. These were really simply printed, just your basic stuff. I didn't really need these to look crazy. Just, paint them up and then a little bit of dry brush on top of that, and they were pretty much done. So then moving to the base, I put a little bit of green paint down, just so that it would show through with the static grass. Added some glue and then just sprinkled the static grass all over the glue there, and that really made it look great. If you guys haven't experimented with static grass, I encourage you to try it out, because this stuff is really cool. It really ups your game when it comes to your projects. So if you haven't tried it, give it a try. I think you'll like it. So then after that, just started gluing the crates and the pumpkins down. I also used some longer grass. I used some shrubbery and made it look really, really interesting. So anyways, guys, that's the project. I really hope you enjoy it. Come back again. I always have something ready to go. We'll see you later, guys.